Yo, people, lateness is greatness. Welcome back into the
intro.
What do you mean? Oh, this is just the Euro one. Because to be honest, we never really talk about Arsenal, West Ham, Tottenham that much right now. Yeah, so I was like, let me just give it a little bit of flavors. Do you know what I mean? And then when the Prem season is back, which is not that far away. In fact, preseason only starts on Monday for my team, and then. Yeah, bro, I can't wait for that. But it's going to kick off again, and then we're back in business with London clubs Carnage. But right now, I thought, let me just. There's Lee. Look at what you all dressed up for the occasion. He's got a shirt on.
He went to church. He went to the church of Harry Kane. He went to the church of Harry Kane to atone.
Oh, yeah, we live. Oh shit, we're live. Oh dear.
I should have just let him undress on the stream.
Wow. Okay, let's behave.
Corey will be here in a second. He's having a technical difficulties with his webcam. But listen, people, welcome back into the building. You already know what time it is. And really, I was just saying to Toby backstage, man, you guys, you guys really seem to want this F1 show. I saw someone mention it in the comments as well. I'm going to get on it, press on it, man. That's going to be my next mission on this channel to get that weekly F1 show. Yeah, because
it's not been the most boring sport in history to go and watch live because you see the cars just go.
F1's actually quite fun. I'm not gonna lie. F1's fun.
Lee, what you got to do? You got to get into it. You know the rules. I don't know. Just get into it. You know, watch Drive to Survive. I would advise.
Silverstone Racecourse is around the corner from where I used to live, and I've never been there.
Yeah, it's going to be a sold out capacity next time as well. So I'm buzzing for it. But people, we know what the agenda is today. It's coming home.
we've got the wife beater. We're all good. Oh
my god!
Yeah, we're on it. We've got the pints of it. It's coming home, lads. It could actually be coming home. Real talk.
It actually could be.
It actually could be. That's what's so funny. Like for people that don't know, if you're not from like maybe England, you guys might feel like I've heard a lot of people say it's coming home is like English fans being arrogant and bragging and stuff like that. But if you're from the UK, you know it's been a sarcastic thing to like. Just get our spirits up when the tournament's on, but it's not really that deep. Like we know it's not really coming home. Do you know what I mean? Because most of us don't believe in the manager for starters. So it doesn't really make sense to say it's coming home when we don't rate Southgate. However, with the side of the draw that we've been put on, Toby, I'll start with you. And after yesterday's performance, your man, Harry Kane, or Man City's man, I don't know who I'll give him to yet, but he's yours at the moment.
Man, yeah. So let's stop that. Let's stop that right now, yeah?
He delivered the goods. Came with the parcels, delivered the package. How do you feel now with him back in form, given England's chances now?
Harry Edward Kane, I need people to pray and atone for their sins, yeah? Because the way people were talking bad on this guy, it was ridiculous. I know he wasn't playing well, but form is temporary and class is permanent. It really is. Yeah, I'm not even going to talk about his goals yesterday. Let me just mention one thing to you. Did you see that strike on his weaker foot on the volley?
Yeah.
It took a tremendous save from the goalkeeper to stop this guy getting a hat-trick. And that's the levels we're talking about when we talk about Harry Kane. Every single stage that he gets asked to deliver on, he delivers. And then they ask him to do it again, and he keeps delivering. So for me, all of that stuff in the group stages in the past, he didn't play well, but he also wasn't getting the service. He's now playing a lot better, and he's getting regular service into the box, and he's eating, and England are prospering. And you know what? For me now, you know me, Matisse, I've not really been patriotic, but you know what? For England being in the semi-finals, like I'd be a downright monster if I said I wanted them to.
So basically, we're all glory hunters.
Yes, I am a glory hunter. I'm a glory hunter, and the thing is, I think it'll be sick for the whole nation if England can go on and win this now,
especially after the last 18 months in lockdowns and stuff like that.
Exactly. And what I'd give to see Harry Kane,
lift the trophy,
because Lord knows he's not doing it at Spurs. What I'd give to see him win some silverware for his country, it would be brilliant. It would be absolutely brilliant.
It would be. And to be fair, someone like Harry Kane is the kind of player I think about that really deserves to win this trophy. Do you know what I mean? Because, like you said, his playing career hasn't been glistened with much success. I mean, Lee, how are you feeling right now? Because obviously, I mean, for me personally, I'm same as Toby. I wasn't really in the mood. Like I was happy for England. I want England to do well, but I wasn't really getting into it. I wasn't celebrating the goals like Chelsea goals. Maybe because I've been scarred too many times by England and they've just let me down so often. I'm just expecting the worst at every point. Even to this point now, Denmark coming up, I'm still not confident. But how are you as an England fan? What are you feeling right now?
I didn't watch 2 of the 3 group games. I
fell asleep in them.
I was like, this Southgate's useless, bruv. But I've got to be honest, the way he's managed the players through these games, the fact that we barely conceded any chances, in shots. Pickford, I think, made 2 saves yesterday, both straight at him. Like he made a meal of a couple of things, and to be honest, I am still kind of worried about him. I don't rate him at all, man. And like, he's too rash. His kicking's wicked. Like, he can hoof a ball, but he can't. He like when he came running out yesterday and just shanked me. I was like, "What are you doing, mate?" And like, against better teams, that's game over. But you got to say, like, when I see the starting 11, I see Sancho. I was like, Sancho's not played a single minute. Why are you playing him? Like, but it worked, and he was good yesterday. So I like watching Sancho, man. Like, he was really good. And you got to say, like, people are saying, "Oh, but you ain't even played anyone." We played Germany, by the way.
Facts.
Yeah,
no one can't say that this time. Yeah.
And let's be honest here, other than Muller missing a 1-on-1, they did nothing. Yeah, and that was because we were good. Yeah, and we could have gone on and won that game comfortably, but he has managed the team pretty well, if I'm honest. And I still don't rate him as a manager. Yeah, and, if he brings it home, listen, he's going to be Sir Gareth Southgate, isn't he? Like, do you know what I mean? But I've got to admit, I think, like, and this is not trying to be cocky or arrogant, because I'm the same as you guys, man. When it comes to England, we have been scarred every time, and it's like watching Arsenal sometimes, man. It's like we're nearly good. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like we kind of get there, and then when it matters, it don't happen. Yeah. So I think we can beat Denmark, but it's not going to be as easy as I've seen a lot of people say. The worry for me is the final.
Yeah,
I think Italy will beat Spain.
Yeah.
And
that's when it's peak.
Yeah, that's when it's now reality kicks in. You've now got Italy at Wembley to win the Euros if we get past Denmark, of course. But let's not get it twisted. Denmark are here for a reason, mate, and that's because they're a good team.
Yeah.
So, but again, I just think we'll beat them, man. And it's at Wembley as well, the semi. So I just think we can beat them. But Italy's a totally different league, man. Like, I think they've set a record of 40 unbeaten or something. Like,
something like that.
Yeah, that's like since 1939 or something that record stood. That's unbelievable, man. And when you look at them, they got a bit of everything in their team, man. Like, but so have we. Let's have it right. We've probably got on paper the best squad. Yeah, like
it's interesting. I think Italy's defense is far better than ours. Like, it's not even
left. I think
we haven't conceded a goal, to be fair. So
of the teams left, I think Italy.
It's tight, isn't it?
It's tight. It's tight. I think England, on paper, I think they do have a better team. If you're going man for man, I think they do have a better team. But I just feel like Italy are, as a unit, are better in 2 departments. I think Italy are better, and I think Italy control the ball much better than England. I just think England, the firepower up top is not even. It blows Italy's out of the water.
But even saying that, Italy. What was so interesting watching them in the last game, they create so many chances. Like, they are just in your face, hectic, pressing, like Verratti, in your face, winning the ball back. Jorginho taking things over. Their defense is, of course, extremely organized the Italian way. That's expected. The midfield dominates. And even though the strike force is not on our level, they create so many chances that it outweighs potentially the lack of conversion. So I don't know, if we're actually...
It's gone.
I think maybe individuals wise, we probably have slightly better players, but it's very close because I'd say their defense is individually better, and their midfield is very much, it's very impressive as well. But then I'd say, in terms of who's favourites, for me, Italy are definitely favourites. They've been the best team in the tournament.
Yeah, I think for me, I want England to win it now, but like, you have to put your football hat on and just assess things based on what you see. And they look a better side. They defend better. They attack better. They keep the ball better. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's going to be a tall order for England to beat Italy, but they can beat Italy. They have a squad capable of beating Italy. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be a shock that England can go toe to toe with Italy, because on paper they have enough quality to beat Italy, but it's just a case of what system is implemented on the day. What impressed me the most about Italy, though, and I didn't even clock it initially, but then, like you said, like the energy levels were a joke. Like the way they didn't let Belgium breathe.
Literally,
they didn't let Belgium breathe. So you're going to tell me that in addition to this team being so comfortable in possession, out of possession, they're like a pack of rabid wolves. Like they're just going to keep hunting and hunting and hunting. So listen, England, if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. Like that's one of the things that we like about Euros. Like, fair enough, people can talk about England having like a meaty group stage and blah blah blah, but like you have to beat the best sides in Europe to win this competition. There's no two ways. So if they want to win it, Italy's and Denmark are.
I think the advantage we have though is it's at Wembley, both the semi and the final. And there's going to be a lot of fans at the game, which is going to hopefully help because our fans are crazy, man. Like literally, it made me laugh yesterday seeing all the cameraman panning in on all the Ukrainian women. Yeah, and it was like
that was hilarious.
Panning in on the English women, the levels are staggering, bro.
People trying to secure the 20 bags.
It was bad, but no, you're right, Toby, man. We have to beat Denmark first, obviously, and they're no mugs. And even without Eriksen, they're still a quality team, man. Like, and then we've got to beat Italy or Spain. Let's not rule Spain out of this. Spain creates so many chances. If they had a decent striker, they'd win it easy. Yeah, but they ain't. They got that donkey up front. If they had Harry Kane up front, Spain, they'd win this tournament because they create that. Olmo is such a good player, man. Like every time I
think he's had a poor tournament.
Olmo's been, I don't know, I haven't really been happy with Olmo.
He's been good, man.
Kind of pissed off.
I think he's been cool. I'm not gonna lie.
I haven't been happy with him. I haven't been impressed by that Spanish team for quite. That group stage was very poor from them, and then they have turned it on in the knockout stages. But I just think Italy will tear them a new one. I really
Italy
can't
been consistently pretty brilliant. You know, from the first get go, the opening game 3-0, just cruise through that.
Pedri's excited me from that Spanish team. I've liked Pedri a lot.
But you know what? Lee makes a good point about Spain though. That like even in the group stages, even when the play is ponderous and whatever, like minimum they're creating like 2-3 glaring chances that you say, you have to score minimum. Yeah. And let's not even talk Croatia. They had a, oh my God, them and Croatia, like chance for chance. They had so many chances, and then against who's the team they played the other day that went to penalties? Switzerland. That should have been a cricket score, especially when it went down to 10 men. Chance after chance after chance they create, and Moreno's missing, Morata's missing. Everyone is missing.
Almo was spooning shots out the stadium.
Nuts.
Yeah.
If they had Harry Kane up front, trust me, I think they'd batter everyone. Yeah, they would.
I still don't think they'd batter really, you know.
I don't know. That game's going to be tighter than I think people think. You know, like the thing is, Italy Spain like to dominate possession. Yeah, but I think that would play into the Italians' hands. Yeah, I think Italy would just sit back, do the cool, calm. Yeah, we can defend, mate. Like you can just have the ball in front of us. Yeah, you ain't getting behind us. And then bang, break. Yeah, and when they've got Lorenzo Insigne, who I was cussing the other day, I was like, I can't stand that guy. And then man scored an absolute screamer.
I think with at this stage of the tournament, like there's not going to be any walkover. Do you get what I'm saying? Like we've seen enough from Denmark to know that England are in for a huge test on Tuesday or Wednesday. I can't remember when it's
Wednesday. Yeah.
And then Spain, we've criticised them when they've warranted criticism, etc. But it's going to be I think it's going to be a close game. Like Spain and Italy, it's always a tightly contested game. The last time they played in Euro 2016, obviously Italy winning 2-0. That was still a really good game of football. Morata was poor in that game again. Shock. But anyway, I think I'm actually looking forward to the game. It's going to be interesting to see how Spain cope with another team who want to dominate the ball as much as they do. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, I think Italy will just sit back and say, like, you ain't getting around us, mate. And as long as the Italians have the ball in front of them rather than going back their own way, I think they'll beat them, man. I think Italy will walk it. Like, not walk it, but I think it'll be a comfortable 1-0 or 2-1 or something like that. Because if Italy start opening up against Spain, they'll rip them. with their passing, their movement. Whereas I think Chiellini and Bonucci are so clever and so like they've been around forever, man. I can't believe Bonucci is only 34. I thought he was my age.
He's always been. I think he's always been the youngest out of that lot. Isn't he? There was Belzaghi and there was
Belzaghi, that's him. Yeah, he was like 38 and still.
Yeah. Those were the three monsters at Juventus, and Bonucci was always the youngest one, ball playing one. I'm gonna go through some super chats quickly just before I add Corey in. Mr. Panzor says, "Hello, brothers. Hope you and your families are well. Bless up, bro. Much appreciated." CCC says, "If we win the Euros, I think Kane will stay at Spurs." Interesting. Sir Daddy says Italy has a better goalkeeper as well. Facts. I'm not gonna lie. Pickford, as Lee said, Pickford is the one where I am like.
But he's been excellent this tournament.
He's been excellent. It's just when he comes out, man, it's like shit.
He hasn't had anything to do though. Let's be honest. How many saves has he actually made? And that's because we've played so.
Made a big save in the last game, didn't he?
No, against Werner, Germany, he made a big save.
Yeah, that one was a good save.
Scotland, he made some big saves as well. Like I think just generally, he's been good. Like he's been, you know what they say about bad keepers, like they unsettle the defense. And I think in addition to England individually defending well, i.e. Luke Shaw, Stones, Maguire defending well, I feel like they've been aided by an assured performance from Pickford over this tournament. Like there's no nerves being settled. I mean, there's no nerves being unsettled. I think he's been good. He's been good. And it's rare that I give Jordan Pickford praise because I think he's crap. But yeah.
I test Merchant says long balls to Sterling and Rashi versus Chiellini. Interesting. I don't know. I don't think he'll play two runners. I still feel like maybe a Foden or a Saka or someone will get in. I don't know, but we ain't even there yet. Man, you've been hard on Morata and his entire Spanish team. What are your thoughts now? Morata is donkey. He's just one of those players, man, that I wouldn't be able to trust up front for my team, innit? Because at the end of the day, I just feel like
you had him in your team.
Yeah, I had him in my team. I've seen him up close, and I just think sometimes if he's in a bad patch or a bad moment, like take Harry Kane for instance, if he was in one of those patches, I just don't see him coming out of it. I don't think he's just strong enough mentally half the time to get through these things. And the entire Spanish team, look, I don't think they'll go through against Italy. I've been impressed with Pedri, but at the end of the day, I just think in terms of just out and out quality, I think Italy will take them over. They've been good though. They've played they beat the Switzerland team. You'd expect them to beat Switzerland, and they played an aging Croatia team. So I don't think Spain have actually played anybody that I'd expect Spain to lose against until now. So if they beat Italy, then whole different conversation. But I think if they had bopped Belgium, France, any of these teams, they would have been out by now. Corey, bro, welcome in. Yeah, sorry, man. What did you? No problem, bro. What did you make of Luke Shaw's performance in particular? Because he's been bloody incredible this year, man. Jose Mourinho is having to sit back and shut up right now.
Yeah, it is mad to be fair. Like, obviously, we were quite lucky going into the tournament having both him and Ben Chilwell. And to be fair, like I always thought, if you're going to go wing backs, you bring Ben Chilwell in. But Luke Shaw's been absolutely class. Like the quality of the delivery last night. There was a bit of a concern because Trippier had a great delivery against Germany. You bring Shaw in with a left foot, stunning. And when he gets the license to get forward, that's really where he comes into his own. Like when England start to open up and he's got space, and you'll be watching the telly and you just see him at the top of the screen just start trotting along, and you already know that he's going to overlap on Sterling. Then he's our main source of creativity. It was tough in the first 3 games because we weren't getting our fullbacks high enough. But now that we kind of let the handbrake off a little bit at times and he gets forward, now you can kind of see a bit of the game plan. But he's spot on, mate. He's been absolutely superb.
Yeah, I want to actually go through all the players that we have left in the tournament just between our clubs. So Toby, is it just Harry Kane for you in a trip? No, is it just Harry Kane for you that you've got left?
Nah, Harry Kane and Højbjerg.
Oh, okay. Yeah, of course.
We're going to talk about Denmark next.
Denmark. Yeah, that's the clash. What about Lee? Who have you got left? Saka. Who else is in there?
I think that's it.
Corey, who do you have left? Who do you have left, Corey? Oh, wait, I forgot. Yeah, nobody.
Declan Rice.
Declan Rice, mate. Is it just Declan?
Goldberg's a poor man's Declan Rice, isn't he?
Is it just Declan Rice?
Declan Rice is better than Højbjerg defensively, but Højbjerg is much better on the ball. Let's not.
Okay, mate. All right, mate. And then Yarmolenko went out yesterday.
So he was in,
and I feel like there's another one kicking around.
Italy.
And the 2 Czech lads went out. That's why
Oh,
we had
of course,
4,
yeah,
and then the other 3. So
That's
just
more than us in total.
One,
Jesus.
yeah, okay,
We had Leno, Saka, and Xhaka. That was it.
I've got
Xhaka dropping a worldie. I bet you were fuming. You're like, well, I was thinking, who's this guy? Like, where's he come from?
Do you know what's funny? The amount of people that got on my case, oh, you got to rate Xhaka. No, mate. I've seen him do that every now and again, mate, and he's still crap. And I don't genuinely care what he does for Switzerland because I ain't Swiss.
I've got who have I got? I've got Aspie left, Christensen left, Chilwell, James, Mount,
look at him,
and Jorginho and Emerson. So
well, he's got 7 left.
Yeah, I've got a lot. Every single team, Chelsea, one of Chelsea's players will win the Euros. Facts. It's done. It's done. Said and done. So someone's coming back with their chest out in Cobham. So I'm looking forward to seeing who that is.
I hate you. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. That's fair enough. Many people do.
You'll claim that as well. Whoever wins it, won't you? It'll be Champions of Europe.
Bro, whoever wins it, I'm just gonna do pure prop on the timeline for them. Like their stocks are gonna be through the roof. So it's great.
If England win it, Toby can claim that as a Spurs trophy, can't he?
I'm claiming that. Obviously, it's gonna be Harry Kane's trophy. Yeah, I'm saying.
Oh my goodness! But I mean, in terms of Ukraine, because just to get into them a little bit, is anybody shocked with how they performed in terms of they just offered nothing? I think some people were saying during the game that they were maybe tired from their last fight that went to extra time and they looked burnt out because I didn't see Yarmolenko. I didn't see nothing.
What's funny is I said to my dad, right? I said, if we go 1-0 up quick, we'll batter them. Yeah, because they'll just heads out. I actually felt really sorry for Shevchenko. Because he was fuming, man. Like he was just like, nah. And when they were doing the clap at the end, like he was literally 20 foot to the left. He was like, I don't want to be associated with this lot. And it was sad because he was such a good footballer, Shevchenko, wasn't he? But he didn't want to stand with them, man. I felt sorry for him. But you know what? It was a bit of both, man. They were crap and we were sick. One thing that peed me off though, is when it went 4-0, I was like, really embarrassing now. Go for 5, 6, 7. And we just took our foot off the gas. And it was like, that would make Denmark sit there and go, Ross, 7-0, like something like that.
I sympathise with the England team a little bit because I think they're probably all tired from the season that they've just played. So I think any opportunity where there's an opportunity to kind of take your foot off the gas and just like start bringing players on like Bellingham and Rashford and all these guys, I'm not even going to blame them. As long as they turn up next game, that's all that matters for me now. I was actually shocked that on the 65th minute, they could start rolling in 3 changes. I did not expect that to happen, even though, Ukraine were probably the easiest game we could have got at this stage. I'm still shocked that they was able to do that. But it's incredible. I mean, Denmark, we've spoken about them a little bit, but we have got them next. Is everybody, Corey, are you confident that we'll get past Denmark or any worries? Because they've been very good. And obviously the stories behind them, everybody in the world wants Denmark to win this game. Everybody. The story, obviously, coming from what happened at the start of the tournament, but even still, nobody likes England in the first place anyway. So
it's actually a proper banana skin. I think if we go into there and we're a bit too complacent and we're at Wembley and we sort of soak in the atmosphere rather than playing the game, then I think they'll hurt us. I think their wing backs are probably where I feel that England may try and match them up. I'm not too fussed if we try and match them up, if I'm honest, because I think when you take them out, then you're going to hurt them. Braithwaite, we know, is definitely not clinical in front of goal. Goldberg's been good, but a lot of, if England are compact and we bring in Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips and they're sitting, Damsgaard's not going to get too much of the ball either. It is a potential banana skin if we're too complacent, but I'm happy for us to just be conservative and nick it 1-0, 2-0 like we've done in the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, I really hope that. I highly doubt it because this team have had no success on international stage. I really hope they don't even dare take Denmark lightly because Denmark are one of those teams. Remember when we lost to Iceland and we probably thought it was going to be a walk in the park and we're all feeling good and everything's going well, and then bang, next thing you know, we're out. It can change like that.
Denmark are a good team though. I think their record coming into this tournament was pretty decent. They'd only lost to like Belgium or they've been on a mad run. So yeah, they deserve to be where they're at. And obviously that Christian Eriksen thing has kind of meant that they've got momentum. I'm just hoping that because now we've got that 4-0, we've also got momentum. So we'll see the game really come to life.
Yeah. I mean, who would you guys play in that game? Because obviously we didn't see Jack Grealish start. Is Jack Grealish starting to look like an impact player that you bring off the bench for you guys? Or is anybody still here wanting to start games?
He's starting, bro.
Yeah. He's still starting.
I was upset he didn't come on yesterday. Yeah, because I was like, that confidence he'd get by just having them on toast at 4-0 up.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's like I weren't so disappointed that Saka didn't come on because Sancho played really well yesterday. Yeah, like that little run where he jinked past 3 of them, man. I was just like, oh my god, look at him, he's just toying with them, yeah. But Grealish should have been on yesterday, and for me, Grealish should start every game. But who am I to say that when we ain't conceded a goal and we've won 5 or got 5 unbeaten in this tournament? So I like I said at the start of the show, I think he's managed it properly, like flawlessly so far. But having said that, somebody put in the chat earlier, we haven't played anyone in the top 10 in the world. Yeah, when we come up against Italy or Spain, if we get past Denmark, we'll see how good we actually are.
Yeah,
and it'll be the final.
Where do you guys think the cutoff point is for Southgate in terms of his job going forward? Do you think he's done enough now to not have his job in question if he was to lose to Denmark, or do you think he needs to get to the final, or does he need to win it? Like, where's the cutoff point for the question marks over Southgate's job?
He has to win it. Like I said, we've got the best squad in the competition. He has to win it.
So if he loses to Italy, you would personally sack him?
Yeah. But we won't. We'll give him a new contract and he'll carry on, and everyone will get on the hype again for the World Cup, and then we'll just flop in the World Cup because it'll be Harry Kane would be 29 at that stage. Like the players would be a little bit older. Somebody else to come through. Jadon Sancho will probably be amazing, like even more so by then. But so you'll have some standout guy, but at the same time, the golden generation again would have passed.
Yeah, I'm actually quite surprised that people in the chat are saying he has to win it. I thought if he got to the final, that would spare his blushes. What about you, Toby?
Yeah, I think it's harsh to say he has to win it, but I think with him, I don't really like him. Do you get what I'm saying? Not as a person. I just don't really like him as a manager because I don't really see his imprint on this England football team apart from playing bare defenders and now keeping clean sheets. Fair enough, clean sheets. Give him some prop, but I'm very wary of giving Gareth Southgate praise because I feel like what he's doing is not spectacular when you have such a crop of talented players. But listen, 2 consecutive finals, hands up, fair play. If you want to give him credit, fair enough. But you expect England to beat Ukraine. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. And as strong as Denmark are, like England have to make this final now. They have to. They did the hard work, getting rid of Germany, who fair enough you could say had an indifferent tournament, and Denmark have really been a good side. But like at this stage now, playing in front of your own fans, they have to make it to the final. Like there's no if buts or maybes. We'll praise Denmark if they go through, but we will lambast England if they're out. For sure.
If England go out to Denmark, it will be a long day in this country and a long week probably in this country. I'm not gonna lie. We'll need club football to return as soon as possible because it's gonna be peak if we don't get through them. And that's how it always feels. And that's why I don't really get too excited until really. I think maybe if we get to the final, I might have some buzz in me. But I feel like we're always a ticking time bomb with the next game. It doesn't really. I mean, I don't know who said it on TV. One of the pundits, we said we should learn to get excited about England. We should learn to enjoy ourselves and actually just enjoy the moment. But like I said, when you've been scarred so many times, what can you do?
I'm still scarred over the Lampard goal that went about 5 feet over the line.
Exactly.
That's why it's tough to get excited. But I think when we beat Germany, that's a huge problem off our back. To be fair, I think If Gareth, I think Gareth has to win the Denmark game. I think we are favourites anyway with the squad. And then getting to the final, whatever happens. To be honest, I think if we come up against Italy, I'm not sure that we're a better team than Italy. We'll rely on moments, but you never know, Matisse. I think the hard work's been kind of done. You're back to Wembley for 2 games now. You've got 60,000 fans behind you. You've got everything in your favour. Yeah. As long as we get to the final, then that's the main thing.
I think if we ever came up against Spain and they managed to shock Italy, then we would have to win this tournament. If we, I think and by the way, we're going to know that by Wednesday. So if Spain somehow miraculously knock out Italy in the semi-final on Tuesday, we have to win this tournament. Anything else is poor. But I think if we come up against Italy and we lost against Italy, I would be able to be like, all right, cool. But I would be extremely disappointed because I do think this is England's best shot of a tournament win now for a long time. Like this is proper like spoon feeding it at this point. The Podfather saying, I thought Chelsea fans said J5 couldn't play lone DM in a free. We just haven't got good enough 8s. I think I mean, to be honest, he can play in the deepest role in the three. I mean, that's what he did at Napoli under Sarri, and that's what he did at Chelsea under Sarri as well. It's just that, you know, we haven't played a three in a while. So, and also if you're going to play a three, you need a shuttle next to him, a shuttle bus like a Kante or someone. So, but moving on. Any transfer news going around you guys? Any quick updates you guys got for me? Any Nuno got his staff in? How's that going, Toby?
Yeah, he's got his stuff in. Yeah, Spurs have got.
You sound well happy about it, mate.
It's just
Nuno.
I love asking him.
Bring him back, mate. Bring him back.
You know. The thing is, you know what? Yeah, like the thing is, I'm actually gonna give, like, it's one of them ones with Spurs. Like, it's just, you're just letting it happen to you at this point. Like, there's not. It's just whatever.
So many times he's used to it.
It's just whatever in it. But like, that being said, I think my assessment of Nuno getting the Spurs job, like, I don't think I'm giving him enough credit, and I'm not trying to do that on purpose, because I don't think Nuno's a bad manager at all. Do you get what I'm saying? I think he's done enough in England for people to call this guy a good manager. Like, I just think stylistically, from what I saw at Wolves, we need a different way of playing at Spurs. If he can give us a different way of playing at Spurs, then I'm here for it. And I think I will actually give him a chance, because I think
Nuno's decent, man. Relax.
He said he'll make you proud. That's what he said.
A good manager.
He said, "I'm going to make you proud."
That's literally what I've said, Lee. I don't think he is a bad manager. I just don't know. I just don't think it's gonna work out positively at Spurs, and I don't think that's all down to Nuno. No. I just think the Spurs, the team are rotten. They're gonna make him work with the same bunch of players, and I don't think that the way he played at Wolves will serve us well. But if he can change all that.
Don't worry, man. Dorothy at right back might turn into a decent right wing back.
I was about to say, I'm expecting Matt Doherty to be a revelation this season.
Sell him. He needs to be sold. He can't be waiting on a proven player at 28 going 29.
Man, he'll have a screamer under Nuno this season. Watch, I'm telling you, back on the familiar
surroundings. When they bought him, I thought he was going to be decent for them. I was like, he's awful. And then they played him in the back four as a right back. I was like, this is beautiful. This.
The funniest thing is his announcement video was him deleting a thing saying he supports Arsenal, a tweet, isn't it?
Now he's starting to think that he's sabotaging them on purpose. And
Nuno's on purpose, bro. Now Nuno's going in to finish that job off.
Yeah.
But anyway, I hope Nuno does well. He's a nice guy, and I think, like, the one positive, in fact, there's two positives I like about the deal. Is one, it looks like it was an appointment that wasn't made entirely by Daniel Levy. It looks like it was an appointment that was engineered by our director of football, which is good, because all we've wanted is for the Spurs hierarchy to bring in a football man to make the keys, to make the final say on key footballing decisions, and that's what's happened. Whether Paratici is the right man for us as our director of football remains to be seen, in it, because he's been moving mad since he's come in, getting us to talk to Gattuso and all these weirdos. But anyway, listen, he's been part of that. And second of all, Nuno is a nice guy. He's not going to fall out. He's not going to fall out of our plays. He's going to do everything in his power to try and make it work at Spurs. He's going to do that. As I said, my worry is his style of play and the bums that he's going to have to work with. I don't want to see Nuno trying to convert Sissoko into a left wing back. I don't want to see Nuno convert Dele into a central midfielder. I don't want to see Nuno convert Ben Davies into a centre back. These players need to be shipped out. We can't keep giving these bums a new lease of life. We can't keep weighing down managers with these anchors. We can't keep weighing down managers with these anchors. Get rid of them.
Facts. No, it's true. You have a lot of dead wood on your hands. I was going to ask, because someone put it in the super chat previously, and I was kind of holding it in my brain just to bring until we actually moved on to the club situations. Will Harry Kane be more likely to stay if England win the Euros? That's actually quite a good question, and mainly because his thirst and need for trophies would have been satisfied on an international stage? Will it give him a little bit, not even
No.
patience, but will it just slow
He
the
wants-
horses
he wants
down?
to play
Maybe.
Champions-
Not
The
even
guy, he
close.
said it himself, he wants to play Champions League football, bro.
He wants to win the Prem. He wants to go and win the FA Cup.
So no European Conference League is gonna do it for him. No.
No, but as I said, Kane leaving Spurs is not down to him. Do you get what I'm saying? Unfortunately for him, he signed a 6-year contract. The club have let him down and have not matched his ambitions or the progress he was expecting to see. And now he's got 3 years left in his deal. We don't have to sell him. We can sit on our hands.
Guess what? You do have to sell him, and I'll tell you exactly why you have to sell him. I'll tell you exactly why you have to sell him.
Why?
yeah?
Why do we have
Not
to
be able
sell
to
him?
fund, rejuvenate your squad.
Number one, if you don't sell him, you've now got an unhappy Kane who's not going to go and bag you 25 goals next
He
season.
will. Yes, he will.
No, he won't. Number
Yeah, he
two,
will. Yes, he will.
why would he play if he's unhappy? Like, he's not going to. Let's
Because
be
he's a
honest.
consummate professional. He always does.
Well, listen, let's be real here, yeah? If somebody said to me, you can't go and play for Man City when I've done however many years he's been at you and I've bagged goal after goal after goal, he's relentless, man. And then you say, sorry, you signed the contract, we're not selling you. Cool, no worries. Stick your season. Stick your season, because without me, you ain't getting anywhere.
But
Right?
have you met Harry Kane, though, Lee?
No,
They
it's
didn't
like-
get anywhere with Kane. Can I make that clear? So without Kane, can you imagine where the hell
they would
they'll
have
be?
been? They would have been down the
I'm
bottom.
putting down Tottenham for relegation candidates. If Kane throws up a strop and says I'm not doing shit and he does it at the
Kane
Bayern,
isn't throwing up a
telling
strop.
you
The
they're
thing
getting relegated.
Harry Kane won't throw a strop
know this.
publicly
You all know
because
this.
he's not that type of person. He is the proper model professional, yeah. But at the same time, behind the scenes, yeah, he'll be saying to his wife and his friends and that, yeah, bun this club, bruv. I ain't going to play. He'll feign injury a couple of, I'm really injured. He'll miss so many games next season. Number
It might be
two,
like a little 10%
number
drop.
two,
Yeah, I
he's
agree.
currently worth £100 million, there or thereabouts, maybe
More
more.
than that. More
Right?
than that.
But there you go. If Harry Kane don't get his move next season, he's now not worth £100 million.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so you're going to lose money. We know Levy
What?
loves money. Number three, Man City are just going to stick it on you all summer, bruv. Trust me, as soon as this Euros is done, them bids are flying in, yeah? And that's going to get his agent on the
Man
phone.
City
going,
with the
"Yo,
pumpy.
Okay. So can I address all your 3 points? Can I address all your 3 points?
City are coming with that crypto cash, bruv. They're just like,
Can I address all your 3 points? Yeah. So the first one, people spamming the chat.
Oh, you've ruined it. We had
Yeah.
such a good show, and then you come in and
Honestly.
just ruin it with your
So the-
dumb
so the-
stuff.
The first point, Harry Kane throwing a strop, missing games, never ever possible. Even if Harry Kane wanted to, yeah, he is all about his football. When you hear the guy speak, he's all about his football. He's not gonna try and ruin the perception of himself by pulling up stinkers. This guy wants to play when he's fucking injured. There's no way on earth he's going to.
yeah, but if he
Down
wants to play for
Spurs.
City so badly and win stuff,
Yeah. I
No,
get
man.
that. He's not gonna be happy that he has his he's not able to go to Man City, but he's not gonna throw a strop. He's just gonna get on with it because that's the type of guy he is. Number two, the
but does
second.
that show a weak mentality?
I don't think it does show a weak mentality because what can he do?
Right, he'll just get on with it. No, I'd be forcing a move. I'd be saying, yeah, guess what, mate?
He does need to
He
force that
can't.
move. He does.
I
He
think
needs to pull out,
when he comes back from the Euros, I think he will formally put in something to say that he wants to leave. I think he will.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he's had these conversations with Daniel Levy. Like, I think as Spurs fans, we all know that Harry Kane wants to leave. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, we know he wants to leave. It's just a formality at this point in terms of him announcing that intent to leave. But on your second point, I think your second point was around what was it that his value, right?
Value,
With Spurs. Yeah. So the second point on that, yeah, Harry Kane is literally the best ever player we've had in the Premier League era. He is. He's the best ever player we've had in the Premier League era. If it means we lose 30, 40, even 50 million and keep him for another season, we'll eat that up. Because
can I just counter you there? We did this with Thierry Henry, bruv. Oh, stay for one more season, yeah. And it got to the point where everyone had to pass the ball to Henry and it was hindering the team. And he had a stinker that season, and then he fucked off to Barcelona. Yeah. Take the money, man. Take the money, £100 million, give it to Nuno, go and buy someone else. Go and buy Tammy Abraham, bro.
No. So again, the counter argument. Go on, Corey.
No, I'm just saying, like, they can't. That's the thing. They can't afford to let him go. Look. He literally dropped a masterclass last season. And can you imagine, even if he just dipped a little bit, they would have been like 13th, 14th. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. And so you're at a level where you actually can't even afford to let him go, because even the risk of having 100 mil, 150 mil. Do you trust Nuno with that money? You know what I mean?
This is the thing. This is an opportunity for Tottenham to build a new team under a new manager, a fresh start. So in order to have a fresh start, you need money. And if you don't have the money, you need to sell your prized asset and move on. No, you do. And the thing is with Tottenham is that the thing is with Tottenham, right, is that we've already seen with Harry Kane, he ain't on shit. So it doesn't really, like, you selling him now and bagging all that money and then trying to rejuvenate the whole squad. And yes, you're not going to be able to replace Harry Kane and replace his goals, but you'll have a more, you'd hope they build a more balanced team with quality throughout the whole pitch. And then they move as a unit and try and strive for Europa League football next season. That is the way Tottenham should be moving.
No, it shouldn't be, because you coming to us, you want Harry Kane. Do you get what I'm saying? Man City, you want Harry Kane. We don't want to.
I'm on loan to Man City, by the way. So yeah, I do want Harry Kane.
Lee's pushing these negotiations.
We don't want to sell him. I've just explained to you.
Don't worry, we just tap up his agent, bruv.
Yeah, tap up his agent. His agent is
then we get him to hand the transfer request in.
That don't mean anything. That don't mean anything.
We get all the Spurs fans to turn on him, and then he'll just get his move anyway and leave here looking twat.
I don't think so. I think the thing is,
And you have a bet. I paid out my last bet, so you know I pay up, yeah?
Yeah, so what's the bet?
Kane's not by the end of the transfer window this season.
I'm not going to make that bet, because
but you're so confident he's staying, so come on, take the bet.
I never said I'm confident he's staying. I said that Harry Kane leaving this summer is not entirely his decision. It's not in his hands. It's not in his hands. That's what I've said. For me, it's a 50-50 chance that he goes this summer. He only leaves this summer if Man City come in with a bid that we can't refuse. So all this talk of, take the 100 million for Harry Kane, absolutely not. We are not taking 100 million for Harry Kane, because he's worth more than that.
Somebody clip that.
He's worth more than that.
He is worth more than 100 million. He is.
He's worth more than 100
in today's market, he actually is worth more.
Jadon Sancho went for £1 million more than Pepe, bruv. Yeah, just rewind a minute here. Yeah. Just rewind a minute.
Eden Hazard, with a year left on his contract, went to Real Madrid for 100.
We got good negotiators. We got good.
But you want us to take less than what Harry Kane is worth because of this guys that we apparently need we need the money. Of course we need the money, but not at the risk of losing our best player currently.
You've got no say in it.
To get a new striker in that's of any quality is going to cost minimum 50 mil in this market.
I don't think
that's half the money gone.
No, I don't think so. I think Danny Ings would cost 25 million.
That's Danny Ings.
They'll rinse someone. Southampton will rinse someone for that. They would. He's their best player.
Listen, let's get this straight. If Harry Kane leaves Spurs, you can laugh all you want, but that further emphasizes my point about his price. If Harry Kane leaves Spurs, even if we sign 2 strikers, it's going to be a drop down. Because there is literally only one other striker on the planet who can talk to Harry Kane. One. So that's why I'm talking to you now and I'm saying to you, 100 million is not enough. It is not enough.
We spoke right at the very beginning of this show, about Italy and their lack of striking quality, but they're a good unit and they've got great centre backs, and they've got great midfielders as well. But that's what Tottenham need to be doing. Yeah, real talk. That's what they should be doing. They should be going, let's build a core, a spine. And then we add the glitz and the glamour.
Because West Ham don't have Harry Kane, and they finished where they finished.
I'm all for building our team. We need to build our team. We need to rebuild the defense. We need to add some more steel and quality into the midfield. We need another right winger and stuff. But what my point still stands. We are not going to be shortchanged and bullied over Harry Kane. It's not going to happen. And if you think that Daniel Levy is going to bend over backwards for Man City, you've just not met this guy. I'm not even trying to big him up, because you know my thoughts on Levy. I hate the guy right now. I hate the way that they've ran Spurs into the ground. But if there's one thing I know 1,000% is going to happen, is that we are not going to be we're not going to be taken for mugs when it comes to Harry Kane. It's impossible. You've seen it over the years. Every single time someone wants a prized asset, we don't bend over backwards, bro. You're going to have to pay top whack or you're not getting them. It's that simple. Luka Modric, almost 10 years ago, wanted to go to Chelsea. Chelsea were the best team in the league. Chelsea just won a league title. And we didn't sell him to Chelsea for 40 million. Because we have principles when it comes to these players. We're not going to get rid of
How much did you sell him to Madrid for?
We sold him for 5 million less. That's the point I'm making.
They did, yeah. I remember the absolute piss take.
Isn't that the point I'm making?
Such a
Isn't
piss
that the point
He's
I'm
not
making?
going to Chelsea. The thing with Chelsea, because I look like I've been on a sunbed, bro.
Read my lip. We're not going to sell Harry.
You're not
Kane
going to
for
sell him to
100 million.
Chelsea. Yeah, he's not going to Chelsea.
No,
City,
I'm saying we're not selling him for 100 million. It's not happening, bro.
I'll bet you 50 quid.
What, that we sell him for 100 million?
If he goes, yeah, he goes for 100 million plus add-ons.
No. You said 100 million.
He ain't going for more than 100 million.
Plus add-ons could be 150 million. What does that mean? What?
He ain't going for more than 100 million in terms of fee plus then add-ons. Yeah, he'll go for around 95 plus add-ons.
Oh, yeah.
No.
95 initial, yeah.
Be specific. Give me the full package because you can't say plus add-ons.
Bruv, you don't say that to all the boys, bruv. You might end up violated, you know.
No. Give me because you said plus add-ons. So give me a number. What number do you think that? If we were to bear in mind, as I said,
to be fair, he's worth more than £100 million. Let's just have that right.
100%.
But Man City, the draw of Man City, the fact that he would slap 40 goals next season, and that ain't even a joke. He would bag for fun.
Imagine, and then imagine Sterling on this form as well. Sterling
it's not
in
in
the
his
Euros
hands.
up with him.
That's the point I'm making. It's not entirely in his hands,
Bro, you know when he scored and Sterling did that fantastic assist, dribbled, weaved in and weaved out. You know, he just hugged Harry Kane in that celebration, whispered, "Listen, you need to come to Man City, mate.
Next
Hurry
season,
up."
you know, you could have.
Please don't let me go to Tottenham, please.
Yeah. Bro, I'm telling you, from the moment Sterling saw those links to Tottenham, he just started playing out of his skin, man. He's like, I'm not doing this.
They'll back Jack Grealish, wouldn't they? It'll be Jack Grealish.
De Bruyne lay him on a point back stick, you know. De Bruyne slash that cross, spam cross, bruv. Like, it's in.
Oh, don't.
Let's make this money then. So you give me your fee because Harry Kane's not leaving for anything less than 150 million this summer.
Okay, I'll take that bet. 50 quid. He leaves for less than 150 million. And that includes add-ons.
So wait, if he doesn't leave, do I win money then?
No, because if he leaves, I said if he leaves.
No, but
Oh, here you go.
Didn't he just say 5 minutes ago that Harry Kane is leaving?
He probably will leave for less than 150 million, though.
Exactly.
Including add-ons. I think he will, yeah. I don't think you're going to get more than 150 million for him. No
They ain't
chance.
getting more than 120 for him.
Ooh.
There we go. We'll have that.
I'm getting confused.
I think 120 is an interesting bet.
No,
Lee just said 5 minutes ago that Harry Kane is definitely leaving this summer because he was arguing with my foot that it's not in Kane's
I was
hands.
just trying to trigger you. It's easy.
Yeah.
I think the bet, if you're saying
I'll
under
just
120,
do you a straight bet then, yeah? Harry Kane leaves this summer, 50 quid.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take that because it's 50.
No, exactly.
I told you it's 50-50, bro. It's dependent on a team.
do you think you're going to get more than 120 million for him?
100% if he leaves? 100%.
And Lee, do you think there's a possibility they'll get less than 120 million?
If we don't get
It's 120 or less, and that includes add-ons.
All right, we'll do that bet then. That's a good bet.
Exactly.
Because I think that's actually quite interesting. Because I would go either way for that one.
Wait.
I
So
think
what bet are you proposing? Sorry.
It was
Okay,
so
I'll just do you this then, yeah. Because I like throwing money away at you wanker. Yeah. I gave you the 50 last time, didn't I? Right. I'll bet you 50 quid. Harry Kane leaves this summer by the end of this summer transfer window, and it's less than 120 million. 120 million or less.
Deal.
Yeah. 50 quid.
Deal.
wow.
He's not leaving for less than that. Impossible.
You're fucked here, bruv. Yeah. As soon as that transfer request goes in, you're done out here.
I think City will do 120, then they'll whack a player in. They'll do something.
Then that's worth more than 120. So I win.
Well, it depends what player it is.
Yeah, exactly.
It would be free, really, wouldn't he?
Zinchenko.
It wouldn't be free. It wouldn't be free.
It's free, isn't he? Because it's 120 plus you can have him for free.
No.
Oh no.
No. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. But anyway, fine. You just lost
You
£50.
can have 120 million, but we give you this player for free as well.
You've just lost £50. You've made it easy for me because there's no way on earth we're going to sell Harry Kane this summer for 120 million or less. It's not going to happen. We will lose. We will happily keep Harry Kane for another season. We're not going to lose him for that.
Can I just say, there's a couple of people saying Gabriel Jesus. Yeah, Gabriel Jesus would not lower his standards to go and play for that dross down in London, bro.
I think that'd be a good move for him.
He might have to, mate, if they send him
Might
down
have
the motorway.
You ain't going to see the pitch ever again after he's doing fly kicks in the Copa America.
He's a squad player at Man City. He's a
If
squad.
If Sterling keeps up this form and Harry Kane goes there, he's going to be touching bench. So he needs to. I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
But Aguero's gone, so he could be back up, innit?
Yeah. Niger Football said Jorginho put in a legacy performance. Him or Kante for Ballon d'Or. Oh my goodness, that was a previous super chat. I don't think either of them will win it at all. But if you want my unbiased point of view, but it would be nice to see Jorginho on the shortlist. Which is, if you're just counting 2021, which we are,
we just have that right,
huh?
Jorginho's not going to be on the shortlist for Ballon d'Or. Can we just?
I would love it. Yeah, that's all I can hope for. That's
quality.
It's embarrassing that you Chelsea fans, you make me sick. First it was Kante, then he got dumped out, and now you're switching it to Jorginho.
That is the agenda we're pushing. Yeah, anybody that's left in the
tournament,
we're shouting for Ballon d'Or,
despite not playing in the previous 6 months. Well, I say not playing. He had a couple. He did play.
Yeah, but we're talking about 2021. That's what the Ballon d'Or.
No,
yeah,
I love
6 months.
I just love Chelsea.
You've not even mentioned Harry Kane. What happens if Harry Kane?
Harry Kane would be in the discussion, of course. He would be in the shortlist.
No, but you're mentioning Jorginho. Jorginho shouldn't even be in the discussion with you.
I think if Italy win the Euros and he did what he did in the Champions League and he's been brilliant under
Tuchel, come on! Oh no!
He'd be in the shortlist.
You lot were digging him out a couple of months ago. Now he's
not me. Not me. I've always been a staunch defender of the J5 Hive on this channel. I remember when brothers were coming on here calling them Italian strippers. I didn't let that shit run.
And now look what
I brought two credible journalists to come on and defend them as well. What the hell are you guys talking about?
No, but Corey's talking about your fan base in general.
Yeah, our fan base in general have been absolutely flip-flop merchants on Jorginho. I remember doing a stream on this channel after West Brom.
What's he done that's Ballon d'Or quality? What? Because come on, Matisse, man. What? Because what?
Look, we have an agenda to run and we will run it.
They only watch Chelsea. They only watch Chelsea. That's the problem.
Yeah, they don't
have an agenda and it shall run.
Watch something else and then you'll see. A little
bit. I think I care about fairness in this sport.
You're pathetic. Yeah, I want you to know that you're absolutely pathetic.
Kane will bag. He's not that type to huff and puff, says Guy Kazi. Another thing I want to touch on as well is a certain Patrick Vieira has just been appointed as Crystal Palace manager, and obviously that's part of our London jurisdiction to cover. Just nothing ever happens over there, so we've never even really spoken about that club. But apart from having a Sainsbury's, yeah, it is. Apart from having a Sainsbury's attached to their stadium, they've now got an manager.
Yeah.
They've fully got a Sainsbury's attached to their stadium. That is actually nuts.
They do. They really do.
I went there to film one time. And I've been there loads of times, but when I went to film there recently, I was just like, wow, you guys are still allowing this Sainsbury's to be attached to your stadium. I've never seen anything like it.
Settings, bruv. Like,
do you guys think
real talk? Yeah, that stadium for me is the best away trip in the Premier League.
No,
no, it's not.
It's a good stadium, but I wouldn't call it the best away trip.
It's a trek. The away seats are still wooden. The view,
but it's the atmosphere, man. Their fans don't shut up, bro. Even if they get
the atmosphere is good. Yeah.
They got cheerleaders as well. Eagles.
Yeah, that's always nice.
Do you know what it is? I was going to ask before we go on to Arsenal's transfer news, because I think you've signed a new dude from Benfica. I don't know what his name is, but do you think Patrick Vieira, Lee, will do a good job? Obviously, being an Arsenal fan, do you think he'll do a good job in at Palace? It's a big job for him because he was in the Man City system, I believe, in terms of their like whole infrastructure of having different clubs around the world, and maybe they were like building him up to be this guy, and now he's taken the Palace job. Do you think he's got what it takes to handle this?
I've just seen that ticker bar across the bottom. Toby, look at the ticker bar.
I should have added a "Here we go."
No, I was about to say,
I can't wait. What should I use Lee's cash for this time? I'm gonna buy myself. What should I buy myself, guys? What should I buy myself?
This joke.
You could buy one of the new Tottenham shirts made out of 100%.
Nah, I'm not giving Spurs.
I'm giving the money to Enoch.
I'm not giving Spurs any more of my money for the time being.
100% recyclable.
It's true.
On everything.
It's true.
Like, you know what?
Corey meme.
Corey likes making these dumb things. West Ham will be put back in their hole this season.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh, yeah.
You'll be down with us, Toby. You'll be down with us. Don't worry.
Someone think you should get another chicken hat.
Just put your Inter Milan shirt back on, bruv. Yeah, you sit back. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
What shirt are you going to be wearing next season? Yeah, you're going to be wearing the new Etihad shirt. Yeah,
hey, bruv, I've fully got Mahrez on the back of my Algeria shirt. Bro. I don't need to buy a Man City shirt. but no, in terms of the question, I think the biggest thing for me with Vieira signing for Palace is that takeover move from the Spotify guy is dead in the water, because Vieira was apparently
what happened with that? We've just had nothing since.
Yeah, it's because it was all hype, bruv. To boost
PR, innit? Really, Lee called it, to be fair. And
and guess what? They got Patrick Vieira's name out there, and all of a sudden he's now got a job. Come on. Yeah, that's how I look at it. Listen, is he any good? We'll find out next season. Will Zaha be there? I don't know. Eze is injured for about 8 months, I think, so that's a big miss for them. But they are what they are, man. They're just a nice little club, with all due respect. They are. They're just a nice club.
They're not going to make it onto the show next season.
No, I like Palace, man.
They don't qualify.
No, I think they are the best away trip. Like them in Newcastle, man. But yeah, they're just nice, aren't they? Whether Vieira's any good or not, we'll find out.
Yeah, I think Zaha's done himself in with that contract, and he can't get out now. So it is what it is. What about your transfer business, Lee? Because you've got quite a lot of things going on. Ben White, I think, because last week we didn't catch you last week. So Ben White, obviously, is that confirmed? Is that done? Is it 50 million or what's going on?
No, Everton have apparently bid more.
Oh my God! If you lot actually lose out on Ben White, I'm gonna leave my life.
No, I hope we do, because
mate.
Saliba's going out on loan to Marseille. It's confirmed.
Yeah, with an option to buy, apparently.
Oh
which
my
you found out today.
Wow, that's bad.
Yeah, 10 million.
Embarrassed.
Option to buy.
10 million option to buy.
Obligation to buy.
10 million.
10 million.
Yes, yeah, 10 million. Apparently, I haven't read the whole article. I just read the headline, so I need to do that.
They said.
Why would you get rid of him for 10 million option to buy?
Bro, this is what this manager does. He kills off all the youngsters. Willock, Maitland-Niles, Guendouzi, Martinelli, Saliba, Balogun, Eddie Nketiah. Although he was crap, he was playing him, then kills him off. Reece Nelson. There's 8 youngsters I've mentioned straight away that he's absolutely destroyed. Like, do you know what I mean? And then he sits there and goes, "Oh, I want to destroyed. I want to bring the youth through." Well, name me one youth team player that you've.
They said it's not an obligation. They said there's no obligation.
No, I think Matt Spiro put it out there that there's an obligation to buy him.
Okay, but it's not confirmed. It's just someone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how true it is. I literally just read it. I haven't read the whole article and made an opinion off of it.
Oh, it's Guendouzi. Someone said, okay, interesting.
Yeah, no, Guendouzi's separate. Go and read Matt Spiro's Twitter. He tweeted it. He said about Saliba, but everyone's saying it's fake news. Can I just put all you fake news merchants back in your box, right? Yeah, because let me tell you something, right? If it said that Arsenal was signing, I don't know. Let's say Arsenal are signing. Who's a fashionable player right now?
Locatelli.
Let's say Locatelli. Arsenal are signing Locatelli. They've put an official bid and it's been accepted. Would you say that's fake news then? No, you wouldn't. So stop talking trash, man. Come on. Yeah, it's only fake news if you perceive it to be fake. Yeah. Other people might see it as real, bruv. So listen, unless you're the agent of that guy or have any inside information related to the contract at Marseille next season, it's all hearsay at the moment.
So you've got interest in Ronaldo Sanchez as well. Oh God, Arsenal.
And let's be honest, the same newspaper had Mikel Arteta, Vinay Venkatesham or whatever his name is, coming out of Arteta's house before anybody. So was that fake news then? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Seriously, man, these people are funny, bruv. Yeah.
Who have you signed? Is that Portuguese left back from Benfica?
Nuno Tavares.
Is he any good? Have you got a chance to look at him? Who's that, brother? Why do you even need a left back? Oh, you got Tierney and you got
Kolasinac's going.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, okay.
He's better than Kolasinac. But listen, £7 million backup left back to the best left back in the world. Then yeah, I'm cool with that. So yeah, man.
Interesting.
Say best left back in the world.
Yeah. Don't even mock Tierney, bruv. Like, you just sit back down with your.
To be fair, right now, Luke Shaw
last season, so you know.
Don't worry about.
I'm only playing.
Don't worry about Cresswell. Pepe has him on strings every time he plays him.
Speaking of left backs or left wing backs, Spinazzola got injured for Italy. I'm really sad about that, man. He was so exciting to watch. Oh, I loved him, man. I've never watched him all season at Roma. I didn't know what form he was in or how good he was. Seen him for Italy, and I just fell in love with the guy immediately. I was like, this brother is amazing, man. It's just so much energy and just so direct, like literally just a direct runner, like not playing no games, not here to piss about. I'm here to make impact, and that's it. Such a shame, man, because I know Emerson in it from Chelsea. I don't think they're gonna be like Emerson's not gonna bring anywhere near that to the table. He's gonna just be a steady Eddie, gonna be good, decent, but he's not gonna be anything like him. So they've lost out big there. But is that it then? Is it just the Portuguese left back you've tied up? So no Renato Sanchez, no Ben White, no splashing the cash.
Well,
no big
we're
names.
linked to FC, Inquiry FC, to make a bid FC, to make contact FC. Granit Xhaka is now the best midfielder ever to have graced football. Apparently, we should keep him, or we should charge 30 million. Bruv, listen, he's not worth 50 quid.
I think he's just playing well now to impress Mourinho.
Oh, mate, just listen. I can see him and Mourinho clashing. They're both arrogant. Yeah, and they're going to clash big time. It wouldn't surprise me if Mourinho slaps him at some point. Like, seriously, like Granit Xhaka's got to be the most cocky, arrogant midfielder I've seen at this club.
I think the Italian league will suit him though, because I think he's always been someone who can pass the ball, but I think he's just an absolute fool in the Premier League, and he don't get the space and time to dictate in the league. And I think it annoys me when I see the revisionism from people when they've watched him at the Euros, because Granit Xhaka normally plays well for Switzerland. Like, that's not his issue. But he's playing international games maybe 20% of his time in a calendar year. The other 80% is at club level. Yeah. Why are we judging him off that 20%?
Because that's what our fan base do, bro. Once a game, and all of a sudden you're Pirlo.
Let him go to let him go to Italy. Finally,
I can't wait for him to get out there. Them ultras are going to
even now. What you should be doing is ranking. You should be pushing up the price.
He ain't good enough for Arsenal in the Premier. He's not good enough for Arsenal. We've seen that.
Let me say something, right? That price ain't pushing up. He's worth nothing because he is a nothing footballer. Yeah,
but you should use the Euros to your advantage.
I think he's got the deal with already done. He's got technique, and he will show that in Italy.
Technique. He ain't got a right foot. What are you talking about? Technique.
He's got technique on his left foot.
Technique for what?
To pass the ball.
Well, okay. So that's the criteria now? You can pass the ball. You've got technique. I can pass the ball. I ain't playing at the Euros.
That's what I'm saying. I don't rate Granit Xhaka. What I'm saying is, I think the Italian league will be better for him. But what I'm saying is, I don't like the revisionism from fans. Oh, why don't we see this at Arsenal? Have Arsenal let down Granit Xhaka? No, he's been a pile of shit for Arsenal. That's what it is. He's been crap for Arsenal.
Do you know what it is though? It's like, it's just reactionary. That's all it is, and that's what our fan base do. They change everything to suit what's fashionable at the time. Like, we've got so many cheerleaders in this fan base, it's embarrassing. Maybe when Palace run out of cheerleaders, they can come and poach some of our fans. Like, do you know what I'm saying? It is embarrassing.
There's just a lack of consistency with like Xhaka. I just feel like it's very clear that he's not good enough, and he's been poor for you guys. Just let it go.
Listen, I genuinely can't wait for him to leave, because that will be a big day in this club's history. Same with Becky B at right back. Both of them epitomise everything wrong with this.
Do you know what it is? I thought Arsenal fans wanted Basuma. So why now would you keep Xhaka? I don't understand.
Exactly, bruv. Arsenal fans were calling Salabadi and Mbappe as centre backs, bruv. Like, I don't whichever way Arsenal fans go in the majority, I go the complete opposite, because they ain't got a clue what day it is. Like, really, honestly, it just winds me up. And do you know what? I can't wait for him to get out there, because I'll tell you something now, yeah. If Jose hooks him off the pitch and he tells their fans to F off, you better leave Rome, mate. Yeah? Good luck with that, my friend. Yeah, and he's going to upset their fans because he's cocky and arrogant, and he really rates himself highly. Yeah, the fact is, he's a limited average footballer that ain't really good at anything.
Who is this guy that's joined as well?
He hasn't signed officially yet, but apparently that's done as well. He plays for Anderlecht. Good player by all accounts, youngster, midfielder, but. Yeah, looks all right, man.
Seems to be the direction you guys have got to go in now, which is buy young and hope that they fulfill their potential.
But I'm not too disappointed with that. But then on the flip side of that, it's like, why are we going to buy a left back when we've probably got one in the squad somewhere lower down in the reserves? Mm-hmm. Yeah, why are we going to buy a central midfielder when we've got Miguel Aziz, Joe Willock, Maitland-Niles, like they can all play in that position?
Well, Joe Willock's more of a striker, isn't he?
I don't really know much of Aziz. Maitland-Niles is not good enough to play central midfield for Arsenal. We know that.
I disagree. I think
Joe Joe Willock remains to be seen because from
I
what
don't think he is either. I don't
from
think
what we've
he is
seen,
either.
that's what I'm saying. From what we've seen, the little we've seen, he's not good enough to play for Arsenal.
If Arsenal are going to go up
He's
the table, then no. If Arsenal are going to be where they are, then yes.
Like, my thing is this: Joe Willock, he had a really good loan spell at Newcastle, playing in this like free number 8 role. Will you keep him as a squad player? I don't know, but like none of those free midfielders which you've mentioned now justify.
What about Guendouzi then?
Justify not buying.
Guendouzi, I think he's talented, but
I think Basuma is much more needed for your team than.
I agree.
Basuma is very needed. Basuma would be a brilliant signing.
Let's have this right as well. Yeah, Ainsley Maitland-Niles is not good enough to be a starter at Arsenal. He is.
No, I agree. What I'm saying is, if we're going to go down this route, which I think we should be, of going and buying young players and hoping one is a gem and we can sell for 60, 70 million later down the road and then re-spin that money in, then why has Maitland-Niles not been sold? Why is Guendouzi going for 10 million? If
you had the opportunity to sell Maitland-Niles, didn't you, before?
Yeah,
was
for 20 million. We had an opportunity to. Guendouzi under Unai Emery was valued at the most high valued under 21 on the planet. Yeah, at 51 million at the time. Yeah, now he's going for 7-8 million pounds because this manager has totally battered him. Yeah, and the thing that winds me up with that Guendouzi deal is the fact that we want a player that's not going to hide on the pitch. He's that. We want a player that wants to take players on. He can do that. We want a player that's going to have a ruck and a fight and be the first one to back his teammates. He does that. He's not a bad footballer. Yeah, he's pretty decent. Yeah, but because he wouldn't apologise for saying, "Oh, I'm on 40 grand a week and we're crap." Yeah, to Malpai, which again he was sticking up for Leno. Yeah, in that game, Arteta went, "See ya, you're gone." Sorry. Yeah, maybe sack the manager instead of the players.
Yeah, I think the manager does need to go. But I just think of a midfield where you line up with Guendouzi, Maitland-Niles, and Willock, and I'm just screaming out.
No, but with Partey, Guendouzi, and Smith Rowe.
Yeah, I still feel like you need more. I think Satsuma would be a good signing. That brother that I'd like to talk about. Someone just said that I'm a Satsuma merchant. I think he'd be a good deal because. Him and a pivot, he's used to playing a pivot at Brighton. Him and a pivot with Partey, I think that'd be quite good. And then Smith Rowe just ahead of them, that'd be really good to see. Not that I wish you guys any good fortune in your transfers or anything.
We ain't going to have any anyway, mate. That's the deal. We're going to end up with probably signing for Matt Ryan, and he'll be like a new signing. Do you know what I mean? We're going to sign Ben White for 50 million, and everyone will get their knickers in a twist. The amount of people that suddenly rate Ben White, by the way, where have you been all season?
Ben White's always been a steady good player.
Yeah, he's all right, but is he 50?
He's a good player. He's got good technique, but
so is Granit Xhaka according to you.
What do you have?
Granit Xhaka's got good technique.
Ben White has not. Ben White wasn't even the best centre back in his team. Granted, he didn't play centre back every season, every game for them. He played right back, midfielder as well. But Ben White looks a good talent, but 50 million is
50 million is a lot. But I think he is an Arsenal level signing for where they just finished in the Premier League. And I think he's the level of player they can attract in that position for where they just finished. And I also think
he can get better.
Who can they get?
The thing is,
you think Arsenal can get a better centre back than Ben White?
Who?
You're telling me that?
I think that is kind of their shopping where they're shopping right now. Who would you recommend for them?
I'm not recommending anyone for them. I'm just asking.
I just think that is the kind of level of player that I expected them to go after. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Where do you think Arsenal's level is then?
I would have just put
mid-table. They are literally a mid-table team right now. They finished 8th, I think 2 years in a row, and then where they finished.
I do think it's mad splashing 50. I actually like Ben White as a player on the ball, but I am a bit surprised that they'd spend that amount of money on a player that defensively in the league hasn't been super solid all season. Like, I thought if you were going to bring in a centre back, I know Lee's mentioned Lewis Dunk, who I rate. I would take at West Ham if we could go and get him. He's going to just be solid. Keep it tight. Like they need a player like that. But that's what I'm saying. Like I think everyone gets sucked into this idea of Ben White, height 50 mil English, but there's actually value in the market. Like there genuinely is out there. It's just Arsenal's recruitment seems to be a bit
Lewis Dunk's leadership next to someone like Gabriel would be.
I think Gabriel needs it, mate. I think Gabriel needs it. He's still young himself. Like he will grow probably into a really decent centre back. But when you've got the weeks, he was probably their best centre back last season. You need someone with a bit of a cooler head, don't you? Really?
We've got a touchy Arsenal fan called Callum in the chat telling me 8th isn't mid-table, 10th is. It's funny because when Arsenal were finishing 4th and West Ham were finishing 8th, what would you call them? A mid-table team? Probably Callum. It's all right, mate. It's all right. It's been a long season. Calm down.
I feel that bad if I was watching that football.
I can see Callum. I can see he's absolutely smashing his keyboard there in at home. I can see it. It's all right, mate. It's all right. Listen, just accept it. 8th is mid-table, bro. It's not even a European place.
8th is a disgrace.
Brent says Spurs wars with Toby won no trophy. I don't even know what that means, brother, but bless up.
It's a weird comment.
Oh my goodness. West Ham, any transfer news? Probably not, Corey.
Yeah, you lot fangirling over Declan Rice every 5 minutes. That's the news that's kicking off. Nah, look, I mean,
it's funny.
I think, look, Matt Law comes out and he says a load of stuff about he's rejected contract. That's not true. They're negotiating. Where I've got a problem with it is West Ham aren't giving him. You are right. He's not going to extend the contract. That's fair enough. We all sit on that. But they aren't paying him the wage that he deserves at the club to make it watertight that he'll stay for another season. That's where I think when you've got 3 years left on your contract, possibly a 4th deal that the club can exercise, you make him a top earner. I think it's tough for Chelsea to get him out, but the longer you leave it and you offer him derogatory offers, we've done the same to Soufal the other day as well, then someone will come in and pinch him. So it's not foregone, mate. It's not a foregone conclusion like some Chelsea fans seem to think, but it's risky business. It's risky business from the board.
Do you know what you might have to do is offer him a contract on more money with the same length, but guarantees that he stays this season? That might be a way of keeping him.
I don't think he's agitating for a move. I don't think that's what it is. I don't think he's desperate to get out of West Ham. I just think he just wants a contract to represent his worth. And I think if West Ham did offer him enough money, I think you wouldn't have to put a clause like that in. Because I think for me, he will leave next season. Like, he will leave next season. There's no doubt about it. It's just how much money you get from him and how much service you get out of him this year. But it would be terrible for West Ham to lose him. It'd be terrible for West Ham to lose him this summer. Because we're not making enough movement in this window at the minute. So if he goes out the door and we haven't got any targets lined up or anything, it's going to be a circus. We can't afford to lose him.
No. Well, again, it's kind of similar to Toby's situation. If you get enough money for him, maybe you'll be able to rejuvenate your squad, because it doesn't sound like your owners are going to splash the cash, are they?
No,
and you got European football next year as well, which is going to be.
Seems like you feel like you should be running our clubs instead of our current owners, Matisse, because you're always telling us about how.
I'm just saying, you guys invest. I'm just saying. Okay, so put it like
it's for Chelsea. They pick up those toys every
Let me state my case. Let me state my case.
Unless we have to. So
let me state my case.
Yeah.
First of all, Tottenham, you want to sell deadwood that nobody wants, and in a market where clubs are having financial difficulties, so it's even harder to shake your players.
Bums.
Nobody wants your bums. So if you need to
sell them all for 2p.
Nobody wants your players.
Use £1 to buy a player.
Nobody wants your players. This is the problem.
Harry Kane
so it's all well and good telling your club to sell deadwood when nobody wants them, but if you've got a player that's worth a lot of money, you could sell him for the price that you're saying, which is 50 million, and then rejuvenate the squad and give Nuno an opportunity to bring in his target so he can play his football. West Ham just missed out on top 4 because they didn't have the depth to handle the fixture list. And then you're telling me, we're going to definitely not sell our main assets so we can rejuvenate the squad and make our squad deeper when we have Europa League football. It doesn't make any sense.
Matisse,
you guys are just not going to go anywhere.
It's a worms, mate. Like, if Declan Rice was fit, all we needed was 3 points to finish Champions League. If he's fit for those games, we might do it. Do you know what I mean?
You guys want players to come in to
real
make the squad
talk.
better.
You have my knowledge should be my dad as well. It's all ifs. Come on. Like, let's be honest here. It's a load of rubbish. Yeah, the fact and reality is West Ham squad weren't good enough. You need to sell Rice to make it good enough. Tottenham need to sell Kane to be half decent next season. Otherwise, they are finished. Yeah. It is the history of Tottenham.
Splashing the cash. If you guys were splashing money, I would say you don't need to sell anyone because you're splashing money. I don't say let them sell their assets, do I?
They have to sell their assets. The same. We
don't have to sell NDB.
Cool. We don't have to sell anyone. We've got no assets, bruv. Like,
you have to have something to sell first to sell anybody in the first place.
we can't even give them away at this point.
Yeah. Callum,
I know we're finished.
Callum's lined me up for an absolute screamer here. He says, Matisse, remember when Chelsea finished 11th? I do. And either side of that season, either side of that season, we won the league title. The season before and the season after. So I don't know what you want. Two league titles in 3 seasons. Is this what we've got to deal with, Lee? Is this the kind of Arsenal fans that we have?
It's the history of the Tottenham. Bro, our fans, man, come on. Callum, you're better than that, bro.
Callum, man, you need to step it up, bro.
It's mad.
Oh God, yes. Money.
Can I just say as well? Can I just say that in terms of that question about the owner, we haven't got the owner yet. We've spent more money than only Man United in the last 3 seasons net in Europe. Only Man United have spent us. Yeah, we have got a minus £300 million net spend in the last 5 seasons. So we've spent money.
Yeah. This is what people get confused about Chelsea. They say that we splash loads of money, but they fail to take into account the amount of sales that this club makes in terms of getting rid of players.
Yeah,
so when you don't,
Morata.
Yeah, exactly. We've got like 70 million from Morata, 140 for Hazard. People don't want to take this stuff into account. It's crazy.
Tomori, 28 million. We're selling Guendouzi for less than half of that.
Yeah, we've made a profit this window. We actually haven't spent anything. Tomori's coming for being sold for 28 million. Again, we're in the green.
Then you'll sell on loads of these youth teamers that are all on Vitesse Arnhem loans. Yeah, that'll boost it up to 50 million. And all of a sudden, you're going to drop a 50 million player. And everyone go, Chelsea,
you're spending money.
Aston Villa are monitoring Harry Winks, though. So that could be a cheeky 15 million.
Bro, I'm monitoring fucking flights to Spain. It don't mean I'm going today.
No, but we want to sell these players, so we can make. The thing is, I would rather prioritize selling these dead players before I'm even thinking of trying to use Harry Kane as a.
It's going to take you a while to get rid of everyone, though. And by the time you've got rid of everyone, how much of the transfer window is left?
Bro, it's not. No one said it was going to be easy. It's not something that can be done.
No, don't worry, Harry Kane's going to win his first trophy as a footballer, mate. You know what I mean? Under Southgate. Just let that sink in. Harry Kane could genuinely win his first trophy as a footballer. The Audi Cup don't count, by the way. But he could genuinely win his first trophy.
You don't care more about the Audi Cup than we do. It's mad.
I was so proud to hold it up.
No, we weren't, bro. It was only Lucas Moura that was doing all that.
He was actually gassed. He couldn't believe it. We've done it, lads. We've done it.
But this is the thing. Imagine Southgate being the man, that Harry Kane adores for the rest of his life because he won him a trophy or helped him win a trophy, and vice versa. Bro, it's mad when you think of the managers Tottenham have had, and Kane's been there under, and Southgate could genuinely be the guy. Why don't you employ Southgate?
Why don't you?
Too late now.
What about?
Imagine Southgate wins the Euros after all the cussing we were talking about. Southgate to Tottenham would have been one of the most sought after managers in the world.
Maybe we could sack Arteta after all.
I'm telling you, Southgate might be the guy. I remember when you said you that's the one guy you wouldn't take over Arteta. You might have to,
even if he wins it, let me just.
If he wins it, listen.
Even if he still wins it, I don't ever want him anywhere near my football club. Yeah. And I'll tell you the reason why. Because Arteta won the FA Cup and it gave him a pass for the next 18 months. No thanks. Not good enough. Just knockout competitions, cool, whatever. Well done. You did good in one knockout competition, mate. Yeah. What can you do consistently over a season? Oh, yeah. Kill off all our youngsters and finish 8th twice.
Well, on that note, I think I'll wrap up the show now. I think it's a great point. I have no transfer news.
Imagine if Southgate goes and wins Coach of the Year or something. I don't think I could deal with it. Imagine that on his mantelpiece.
I wouldn't be able to take it, man. If he does win it, though, be prepared for him to be knighted, stations, lines off, everything.
He will be, man. He will be.
Oh, mate, they'll have post boxes turn gold like they did for 2012, didn't they? Yeah. Everyone who won a gold medal got a gold post box.
Every single player in the squad will get their own billboard in London. It'll be incredible. There'll be just so much going on. But I wouldn't mind it. Listen, if you bring it home, if you actually bring it home, ironically, after all this sarcasm, then you guys can get whatever you want. But we're gonna wrap up. Obviously, as you can see, the bet is confirmed at the bottom of the screen. Toby and Lee have gone head to head once again.
Yeah. I'm gonna take Lee's money. What should I spend?
I'm telling you, bro.
How much should I buy?
Maybe you can put it towards your transfer budget.
maybe.
You just said that Tottenham need money. You should put that straight into the kitty.
Spend League under cash on someone. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh God, Toby, what any content you got coming out, bro? Let the people know where to find you.
Probably something this upcoming week. Yeah.
This man ain't serious. Like his football club still there. Last time I was on him, maybe I'll do a video. Maybe I won't. Bruv, come on. Set in stone. Regularity, consistency is key, bruv.
Yeah, you're right. I'll do something this week.
All right. There you go. That's the detail you've got there. TapinTobs. Link in description. Go and subscribe. Link is also in the chat. Lee, bro, what you got coming up? Let the people know, bro. You've been
because I am consistent, unlike my football team. At 4 o'clock today, I'm doing the podcast with Kenny, Chig. I need to check to see if Dan's coming, actually. Afsal should be there as well. Yeah.
I like Dan Pods.
Dan's sound, man. But yeah, I need to text him. I haven't texted him yet. But 4 o'clock on my channel, live stream podcast. Is it coming home? Maybe it is. Big up to my guy, real one. And then at 10 o'clock, there will be maybe 9 o'clock actually, because there's no football. But 9 o'clock, I'll drop it at 9. Transfer update, and then tomorrow I'll be back again with free videos, man. Midday, 4 o'clock, and 9 o'clock tomorrow.
Lovely stuff. And Corey, my brother, what stuff? Any stuff coming out? Let the people know.
Yeah,
Anything?
I'm just doing a few Euro reactions to some of the games. I did one the other day for Italy, Belgium, and then try and roll out some England stuff before the big game on Wednesday. And yeah, that's all, mate. At the minute, I'm trying to keep it as far away from West Ham as possible.
Lovely stuff. And
that's
guys,
because you know you're going around this. Are you in the no? You're Europa League, aren't you?
Yeah, mate. Premium competition.
So Champions League, Europa League, European Super Cup or Super League, whatever it's called, that shit tournament, and then nothing.
Yeah, it's actually friendly, isn't it?
Well, at least we're going to be represented on every single European competition this season in this show.
Can I just say as well, right? By them not being in Europa or Europe next season has probably cost me about 100 streams next season. So cheers for that.
That's mad, isn't it? That's so true.
So I'm going to have to sit there and pretend I'm a Man City fan for Champions League nights.
Pretend.
Oh, God. Well, guys, like I said, smash the likes. Subscribe if you're new. Make sure you go and subscribe to everyone's channels. We're trying to hit that 15K. Nearly there. So make sure you subscribe if you're new. The roundabout will 100% be back tomorrow morning. I was still waiting for my final piece to come from Amazon, but we finally got it done. So I'm going to be filming that tonight, and then it'll be out tomorrow morning. And yeah. Apart from that, I'm going to probably try and get a few journalists on because Chelsea's preseason starts Monday. Transfer news will be hopefully kicking into gear after the Euros next Sunday in the final. So just one more week, people, of the Euros. And then we will be swiftly back into Chelsea-centric. And I can't wait. Honestly, I can't wait. The Euros has been great, but I can't wait for the Premier League season to kick off on the 1st of August. It's going to be beautiful. Can't wait. I'm sure these guys can't wait as well. These Tottenham and Arsenal, man. Look at them buzzing. Look at them, so happy, man. Anyway, people, I'll see you in a bit. Smash the likes, and we'll see you in a bit, people. Peace.